okay, I'm trying not to. It's not panic. I don't get panicked about these things anyway. But I'm trying not to get too concerned about West Ham's lack of transfer activity. Now, I what I try and do is I try and sort of mitigate my thought process on this. So, number one would be that David Moyes, in particular, is trying to keep things under wraps. So we don't hear about any of the chatter. Well, that's absolutely fine, but I still can't help myself. I think, I wish there'd been a signing. I still check the news, I check the internet, and check the apps and everything just to see if we've signed anybody. The other excuse that I look at is, well, nobody's done much business as of yet, and so I started to look, and I thought I'll have a little look at see what everybody else has done. Now, I don't think there's loads of business been done, but some has been done. So let me just go through it really quickly here. Aston Villa have signed Buendia and Ashley Young. Buendia is a lot of money. We know we were after this guy. Arsenal have signed Sambi, and they've signed Tavares from Benfica. There's actually two good signings there from Arsenal. Both these teams finished below us this season, so already they've got a bit of a run on us. Just to put into perspective, we're weaker. We've lost Jesse Lingard, so we're weaker than last season. Whether you think it's important or whether you think it's not important, we've also lost Felipe Anderson. Was he offering anything to our team last season? No. But we're weaker because we're in Europe and we don't have an option, so he's not been replaced. So they've strengthened, we're weaker. That's just where we are at the moment. Brentford's I've signed someone from Midgetyland, and they've signed someone from Brentford, Christopher Ayer from Brentford to Brentford, which is good. I mean, that's a good. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should sign Mikel Antonio from West Ham to West Ham, and we've solved the striker crisis. Brighton they've signed 3 players. From Salzburg, from Ajax, from Benfica. Annoyingly, they do undisclosed, so we don't know. Burnley, Nathan Collins for 12 million, and Wayne Hennessy. So they've signed 2 players. Chelsea, nobody. Crystal Palace, Elise, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name, but they've signed 2 players. So a young lad from Chelsea. Everton, this is really interesting. Begovic on a free, Townsend on a free, and Damari Gray for 1.7 million. What's going on with Everton? The big spenders, have they got no money? I mean, those signs, can you imagine if West Ham had signed Begovic, Andrews Townsend, Damari Gray? We'd be going mad. We'd be saying, whoa, what's going on? The owners are not getting any money. They're skint. I just wonder what's going on with Everton there. Leeds, Jack Harrison from Manchester City, undisclosed. Was he not? Was he? Is that right? Was he there anywhere? I can't remember. Firpo, the left back from Barcelona, who we were linked with. So they have strengthened, right? Leicester, yeah, I mean, they really have strengthened. Patson Daka, they've signed Samer. This guy's good. Samer's good, big, lanky midfielder, rangy midfielder. I didn't know they'd signed him for 17 million. I mean, they're spending, so they've spent 40 million already, plus Ryan Bertrand on a free. Now, I know I said we wouldn't have liked it if we'd signed Everton's players. I think signing Ryan Bertrand on a free is a really good thing. Liverpool signed Canate from Leipzig. It was a smart move, you'd have to think. Man City have signed 2 players. Don't know who they are, but you have to assume they're going to be okay. Man U, Jadon Sancho, Tom Heaton. Newcastle, nobody, not to be expected. Norwich signed loads of people. I mean, loads of people. Nobody massive. I mean, the biggest signing's a guy called Rashika from Werder Bremen at 10 million. But they've signed loads of players. They've been promoted. You would expect that. Southampton, well, they've signed Walcott, who was already there on loan, I guess, and somebody called Peru, who was 11 million. Again, you'd have to say they've strengthened. I don't know. This Peru could be good, bad, or indifferent. I don't know. But that's strengthened the team. Tottenham, nobody. Watford, loads of people. Their biggest signing is 9 million. Oh, they signed 9 people. West Ham, okay, look. It says we've signed Dawson. It says we've signed Ekwa. Nevers, Reading, he scored a hat-trick for the under-23 thing, and Oko Flex. Okay, but it's not fine. It's not strengthened the first team. Dawson was already in the first team, so it's not strengthened it, yeah? I'm sure you'll agree. Wolves have signed a load of free signings, basically. Look, that's not a ton of activity, but there are people in and around us who have improved, and we've not done anything yet. And that is a bit of a worry. As I say, a mild concern, particularly with it being police siren, particularly with the season being 3 weeks away now. So I just get a little bit worried, really. Now, I guess strengthening the team at the moment in that first little bit, I guess it doesn't matter. If Antonio's fit and we have our first team out, it's a good first team. We'll start the season really strongly, but it's still weaker because Lingard isn't in it. So if David Moyes is going to play Benrahma in Lingard's position or something like that, I expect a good season from Fornells. I said it the other day. I expect, somebody said it in the chat, and I was thinking it as well. Fornells may well get Hammer of the Year this year. I could see that happening, So it's not like we've got a weak team, but it's not strengthened, and we're certainly not arming ourselves for a European campaign. Now, the European campaign is not in the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season, so I get that. But do we really want to keep leaving it? I don't think so. I really don't think so. So that bit that provided me a little bit of comfort, which was, as I say, which was nobody else done any signings, I'm less comforted by that now because people are starting to do business. Major business, no. But strengthening the team, yes. And even people who are lower than us, who are significantly lower than us, like Crystal Palace, well, they've made some significant signings, you'd say. I just look at this, and I mean, it really, I don't think Norwich are not going to finish above West Ham, but we do have to insulate ourselves from the slip that you're going to get from being in Europe. Just to play in Thursday, Sunday. When that eventually happens, there is going to be some sort of detrimental effect. There's going to be some sort of slip. We've seen this before. And whilst this video is not particular, is about not panicking, I just want us to get it started, really get it started. Because I'm reading these transfer rumours now, and I am, every time I'm reading one, you can't help yourself, can you? I think, okay, this is rubbish. There's a lot of rubbish. I mean, the Nat Phillips one, I sort of half believe because, look, Klopp really likes him. And by the way, his 2 best games, I felt, for Liverpool, not that's all Liverpool's games, were against us. Or was outstanding against us, Nat Phillips. But Klopp still went out and signed 2 other centre-backs. I think one of them might have been from Preston or something like that. He went out and signed 2 centre-backs in the window, even though he had Nat Phillips there. So I'm not sure he has made a huge faith in Nat Phillips. I think Nat Phillips probably ticks the boxes from David Moyes as well, because he's 24. He's not a 19-year-old. He's 24. I think he was on loan in the Bundesliga for a bit. He's played for Liverpool as well. And obviously, as I've said just from the list there, Liverpool have gone out and bought Konate. So his options are going to be severely limited. Let's put it that way. So that one I believe. But in the main, I sort of look at him and think, I disbelieve this. I don't think this stands up to scrutiny, this particular transfer link. In fact, I'll do another one. I was going to talk about it now. I won't. I'll leave this here and I'll do another video and talk about the links. I'm not actually watching the Celtic game, a family commitment. So yeah, I'm not going to miss it. But I do think that's going to be really interesting for the team, I have to say. It's going to be 18,000 fans there. That's going to be an interesting dynamic. Hopefully, I'll be able to watch it on playback. I'll get this uploaded sort of now, which is lunchtime on Saturday. Well, I think you can watch it if you're a season ticket holder. I think you get a code from the club. I guess there'll be a rerun of it afterwards. I'm sure Jay will be here to analyse it. I'll just do a separate video talking about some other transfer links, Gerard Bowen to Liverpool and different bits and pieces like that. So listen, enjoy the game. Hopefully you will. Hopefully he's going to play a strong team. It should be really, really interesting. I do feel we have a strong team. But as the theme of this video is, the longer this goes on, the longer we dally, the dilly and the dally, the more nervous I become. Not agitated, not up in arms, but I'm starting to get a little bit nervous. And I don't think it will take many more signings from other rival clubs before I do then start to worry.